Hey, Michael. I don't know what's going on. Well, my battery died on the phone that I was using, so we're trying it again. And there we go. Might be good this time. I don't know. This phone's got 15%, but I got it plugged into a charger, so I don't know. Doesn't seem to be charging though. Let me get a different cord and see if that helps. Kind of a spur of the moment live, and I figured had everything kind of set up, but there we go. Now we're charging. I don't know what the deal is with that other cord, but I'm glad you can hear me, Paul. I don't know. I had my DJ mic thing on, but evidently it's not working. So I guess we'll have that. This chair needs some help, but it'll work for now unless I fall through the bottom of it, which could happen. Hey, Hudson. How you doing? You working tonight, John? Well, that's good, Mike. Hey, my hermit life. How you doing, bud? Oh, nice. I just put wood on this one. It was a good s'more making fire here about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, don't melt my cord. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I could probably. I don't know. I'll bet the outside of this pit. I mean, it's warm, but it's not hot. I mean, that's like an inch worth of steel that got to heat up. So down there by the ground, it's probably. I'd go get my temperature gun and see, but I'll bet it's not 50 degrees. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It was a beautiful day here today. I woke up this morning. It was 36 or 38 degrees. Didn't even freeze last night. And I don't know, by 10 o'clock it was 40. I'll bet we got up to almost 60 degrees today. I went up and split some firewood up in Hoback Ranches and came back down. It was still really warm. It's a beautiful evening. Oh, nice, John. Yeah, Isaiah, I got a few of them. We got 3 dogs here. This one, she's an attention hound. She likes to get petted, that's for sure. 85. Holy cow. Yeah, Mike, it's been it was a beautiful day here. I couldn't believe this morning when I got up. I mean, we didn't have frost on the windows or nothing. Yeah, Hudson, I need to I need to get busy making some more axes. I got that Tassie I put on a bucket handle, and Paul's brother broke that handle this year up in hunting camp. Really bummed me out. And so yeah, I gotta rehalf that head. I'll keep the handle for other stuff. Pieces of hickory always come in handy for little things. But here in Phoenix, Arizona, huh? Nice. How was the weather in Phoenix today? This one here, this Aussie is my favorite. Well, I guess not my favorite necessarily, but she's my dog. This one's Meg. She was a rescue. She actually came out of Texas, and we fostered her and two of her siblings. And just before we were basically going to tell the animal shelter here that we were going to keep her, they found somebody that wanted to adopt her, so they took her and had her for about a year. And they called the shelter again and said that they had to give her up because they were moving and they couldn't have a dog where they were moving to. So shelter called my wife and asked if we wanted to foster her again, and my wife said, "Well, I'm not fostering her, but I'll keep her." So we wound up with Meg here. She's just kind of a mutt, but man, she's a cool dog. She's funny sometimes. Hey Todd, how's it going? 70 in Phoenix with a light sprinkle. I've heard there's a what do they call that? A atmospheric river that's going to hit California, southern U.S., Arizona. So Phoenix. So how close to you are you from Wickenburg or Isaiah? Yeah, they are. I mean, my Aussie, she's a purebred Aussie, and this German Shepherd here, she's a purebred German Shepherd too. I love my Aussie. I've always loved Aussies, though. I've had them for a long time. I've owned Aussies. They're awesome dogs. Yeah, she's a good pup for sure. Hey, auditors. Great to have people on here. I don't know, you guys, Isaiah and auditors. Welcome. I been kind of absent from YouTube. I've had some things go on personally, and just haven't had a whole lot of time to edit videos and stuff. But been going live on the job here a couple weeks ago. But that kind of nice, Isaiah. My son's in Wickenburg. He's down there working for a buddy of his. He gets into Phoenix, I'll bet, a couple times a week at least. Darwin. Oh, Star wants some petting too. Yeah. Um, auditors, that's a little touchy right now. My wife has two daughters. Her youngest is a senior this year, and I had two boys. Um, my youngest son's in Wickenburg. Um, he's 20. Let's see, he was born in '02, so he's 22. My oldest son was 27. He just passed away a couple months ago, so it's been rough. Yeah, I wish you were too, Michael. It'd be nice. Have a little get together. Thanks, auditors. Yeah, it's a rough deal. Thanks, Paul. I really appreciate it. We definitely feel it. And yeah. All right, Hudson. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, we'll keep in touch. Have a good night. Now, evidently, the battery on this phone's low. Let me run inside. I think I got one of them battery pack things that I can plug this one in with. Not that I need this one because the phone was running this recording, but. About half chilly out here. I need to get this thing burning a little better. Alright, we're charging now. What kind of projects you've been working on, Paul? You staying busy? I'm actually in Wyoming, auditors. Let's see. I'd say it's probably 40. Yeah, 42. That's close. Hey, Zach. How you doing, bud? I don't know, Mike. Yeah, I've got a few. Um, I went and picked up 7 logs last Tuesday. So, yeah, I've got some stuff to mill, and it's stuff that came out of burn. Oh, yeah? Yeah, Salt Lake's like 210 miles. It's about 3 hours from me. My wife's actually down a place called Bear River this weekend. Hey, Star, quit. Airbnb here at the house. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Paul. Yeah, maybe I'll do some live streaming while I'm milling. I do have a couple projects I need to get some logs milled for. I got one guy that needs some decking material for trailers. And then I got another job. Guy has a garage that was built, I don't know, 65, 70 years ago, and it's three-sided D-logs. And there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 logs that are rotten on the west wall. So I need to get some, I don't know, 12 to 14 inch stuff that I can mill, probably 20 feet long, that I can cut some D-logs out of, and then we got to go jack the whole building up and remove the rotten logs and put new ones in. Oh, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was, gosh, you were building that one, yeah, 2019 or 2020, I guess. Yeah, I remember watching all those videos. Yeah, it's going good now. Putting out a little heat. Yeah, Mike, it'll make for a good video. I've never jacked a log building up before and removed logs, but I'll figure it out. I guarantee that. Um, I know several people that have. Actually, the bearded carpenter, you've probably replaced some logs. Yeah, I know that feeling, Paul. Hey, that's the question, Paul, for you. Have you ever jacked a building up and pulled logs out of the bottom or a couple rows up and replaced them? Wow, that was weird. I don't know what happened with that phone. Are we back now? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. That's the phone. I broke that phone now in July or late June, early June, I guess, probably. Just had the screen replaced on it, so I'm using it for my video equipment right now. Top of the World, is that the name of the channel? Is Top of the World? Yeah, Mike, all out. If you like that kind of stuff, you ought to watch Bearded Carpenter's channel. He does some really cool stuff. He's a craftsman. One of these days, I'm gonna go spend some time down there in Arkansas and take some lessons. That's a hard thing. I haven't hardly watched any YouTube since May. It's just time, and I don't know. When I was working out in the oil field, I had 12-hour shifts sitting in front of computer screens, so I was sitting on YouTube a lot of the time. But since I separated ways with them, and trying to limit social media, gotta get that. Well, I know, Paul. I'm gonna do it. I almost bought a broad axe the other day. The guy wanted, it was a kind of a flea market deal. The guy wanted, I think, $80 for it. It was a nice looking broad axe. Needed a new handle. It had a little short handle, but Yeah, Paul, I don't know. Do you know Hauling Out? It's Michael Hall. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We could make Hamilton. Where was that at? We're in Laramie, Wyoming. I don't know. I'm going back down there next weekend. I might have to go back and buy that axe. I know, right, Mike? I mean, that's when I was at work. I mean, I would, 7 days on, 7 days off. So when I was on days off, I wouldn't watch YouTube at all, and then I'd go to work, and in 7 days I could catch up on everybody's videos that I follow and be caught up by the time I got off and took days off. Need to go over and watch Paul's videos and see how that cabin's coming along. That's cool, you're Airbnb in it. How's hunting going, Michael? Thanks, Zach. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I could learn to swing it right-handed too. You know, that guy swing golf clubs right-handed. I ought to be able to swing a broad axe right-handed. Just have to get used to it. I swing my hammer right-handed sometimes if I have to. I think, yeah, my buddy lives in Tell City. Today's opening day, yeah. We were actually going to come out there or I thought about coming out there and doing some hunting this year after Tanner died, and thought it'd be kind of cool to get Tegan and just go spend a week hanging out with my buddies. Yeah, that's what's wrong with us. I don't know. I always said God made a few perfect people and the rest he made right-handed. You still here, auditors? Sorry. What? Mike Shee went to a place called Bear River. It's, I don't know, 2.5 hours away probably. Her mom invited her to have a little girls' weekend, which is pretty cool. Um, since we've been together, her mom, they've never taken a trip together, so it's pretty cool that they're doing that. So yeah, she just went down. There's a hot springs there, and they've been just hanging out. Yeah, it's good for them. They, I don't know, there was some rough parts between the two of them when her mom and dad got divorced. Paula pretty much took care of her dad there for a little while because he did tore him up pretty hard, and so there was some hard feelings, I guess you'd say. So yeah, it's good they're doing that. Hey, Strong's Adventures. Yeah, they're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. It's a little chilly. I could have a little bigger fire, it'd be a little more comfortable, or I could put a jacket on, but I don't know. Just thought I'd have a little spirit fire and think about my kid and hang out with everybody, just chat for a little bit. So Strong's Adventures, what do you do on your channel? Cast iron cooking. Awesome. Love that. That's pretty much all I cook on anymore. We've gotten away from that. All the, I don't know, I bought the wife a copper, I don't know, whatever pan here a few years ago, and you know, it was supposed to be non-stick and all the fancy stuff, and yeah, it doesn't work. So now we pretty much cook on cast iron, but the wife still needs a little training on cleaning it and how to take care of it. But I just actually bought a new pan the other day. I think I paid $60 for it. It's like I don't know, 14 or 16 inch, but it's not cast iron. It's just metal. I got a cat howling out here, but it's got like a 2-foot handle on it for campfire cooking. I wish it was cast iron. It would have been really a lot cooler, but is that my rooster? Yeah, that's the old rooster going off again. Keeping the hens awake, I guess. I don't know, maybe the fire woke him up. Come on. Yeah. Come on. I know. Oh, really? Yeah, 'cause I mean, I got an automatic door. They're in the coop, you know, for the night and roosted up. I don't know. We only got 3 eggs today, but I guess it's starting to cool off, so they're gonna start slowing down. That's for sure. I think we were up to. I think the most we got was 8 or 9 in a day, and then the last couple days has been 5 or 6 a day for I don't know the last week or so. But we only had 3 today, so because that's just how it goes with chickens. I got 4 dozen sitting on the counter. I think there's another dozen in the refrigerator. So we're sitting all right on eggs, but I actually took a dozen over to my buddy last night. Gave him some eggs. Yeah, as long as I know that story, I probably got 10 videos that I've got recorded that I just haven't edited. I need to sit down and do that. But yeah, these are all young chickens. I mean, we got them this spring in April. So, but we did have one that was broody, broody or molten, hard molt or something. Her feathers were all messed up. She looked rough, and she'd sit in the nesting box and like she wouldn't get off. You had to push her off with a stick, and then get the eggs out from under her. And there's a few times she had rocks under her. I mean, like she would, I guess, go find a rock and put it in there and sit on it. But Journey North, holy cow, dude! How are you, buddy? Man, it's been a while since I've seen anything out of you. You still doing any videos or anything, or you kind of give up on that? Good to see you, brother. Wow, that's awesome. Welcome. How you been? Wow, Journey North. That's cool. Glad you stopped in. Yeah, I know that story, Journey. Yeah, it's. I've been busy too. That's cool. We all. I mean, everybody knows each other. You know, or most of us do anyway. What have you been working on, Jamie? You still working at that greenhouse place or whatever it was? That goes to show how long it's been since I've seen anything about what you got going on. But I've thought about you a few times, wondering how you're doing. Hey, my hermit life. Yeah, got a little fire going. Oh, you built a new house. That's awesome. New shop. Nice. Where you been traveling to? Nice. Midwest, Florida, and Hawaii. Well, come to Wyoming, Jamie. You been driving a lot of it, Jamie, or just flying? I mean, obviously you're not driving to Hawaii, but that's cool. You got family and friends and stuff you're seeing, or you just going on trips just to go see places? Nice, deer camp. Where'd you go in Florida? Oh, the Keys and the Everglades. Cool. Girlfriend's from, oh, lives by Tampa. Nice. Yeah, Morgan, Simple Man, lives in Florida. What was the name of the town? About 45 minutes west of Tallahassee. We've been down there to see him a few times. So he's like an hour from Panama City, right on the Gulf. Hey, thanks, Strongs. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, go spend some time with the wife. That's important. So have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, if my wife was home, she'd be sitting out here by the campfire with me. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to spend a little time Netflix and chill, I guess is what they call it, huh? Sitting in front of the TV with your loved ones and just watch a movie. Not a bad way to spend an evening. We're running inside the house for a second here, guys. Give me a minute. Well, I just went in to check on the raccoon. Paula's daughter just got home from work and um, went in to check on the coon. He's up in his bedroom, just hanging out in the top drawer of his dresser. I don't know. He likes that. He's got a dresser in his room, and he's got a blanket in the top drawer. That's just kind of where he hangs out. Yeah, Mike. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, you know, you spend a lot of time on my channel and my lives, and if somebody's getting out of line, you can have a little control. So, a rom com. All right, later, Strongs. Yeah, good luck. All right, Jamie. Working on a snowmobile, right on. Oh, a YouTube tip. Well, I'll bet you found it. There's pretty much anything on YouTube that you can find if you need it. That's for sure. So, what kind of snow machine are you working on? I mean, you don't have to answer that if you're going, but sorry, I just texted Paul here for a second, guys. Oh, nice, Polaris 800. Arctic Cat 4-stroke. But he dropped it off, just making funny noise. Yeah, YouTube University can definitely solve a lot. So, what kind of noise is it making, Jamie? I haven't heard from Rock of Ages. Yeah, I don't even know. Really? Well, that's cool that he commented on your last video. I need to maybe give him a phone call, see how he's doing. I know he's, you know, never been Rock was a little different, I guess you could say. I did go meet him though when I made my big road trip. We went and hung out for an afternoon. Actually, he was doing some carving. We were at a flea market, and he had a couple bears on the back of his truck. He was kind of whittling on them and stuff. And went to start. I think it was like an 026 or some small steel chainsaw. Um, I think it was like an 026, and pulled on it, jerked the cord right out of it. And of course, he didn't have anything there. And I'm like, hold on a minute, I might be able to fix that for you. Went over to my truck, and I had a pair of boots in the back of my truck that I use paracord for shoelaces for all my boots. Once the ones that I get with them wear out, I'll just put paracord in them. Ran over and pulled shoelaces out of a shoelace out of one of my boots, and went back over. We put it in his recoil and rewound it, started a saw up. Clicking noise, but only while moving. Huh. Nothing in the chain case or on the driver or nothing? Yeah, Paul, I got Rock's phone number. Or at least what it used to be. I'm sure it's the same number. It was a landline phone. Let's see. Yep, Rock of Ages. I got his number. Real MacGyver. Yeah, Paul. Actually, I'll send it to you right now. Yeah, I like Rock. He's down home, give you anything off his back. All right, good night, Jamie. You have a good night too. It was good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well and doing some traveling. That's awesome. Um, you ever make it to Wyoming, man? Look me up. Comment on a video or something, or I don't know. Figure out how to get a hold of me because yeah, I'd love to see you. Yeah, no problem, Paul. I just went in the house a few minutes ago there, let the dogs in the house, and then went up to went to check on make sure the coon or pet raccoon was behaving himself or whatever. Just went to check on him. But with Paula not here, he's kind of lost. Like that's his mama, you know. And I let him out earlier. He's got his own room upstairs, and there's a bed and a dresser, and then a couple cat trees and a bunch of stuff to play on and litter box and I let him out, and I stopped at a store earlier, and they had candy corns, so I grabbed a handful of those. So I fed him some of those, and he came out for those, and he came downstairs and he crawled up on my shoulders and was wanting loves, which is pretty rare with me. Like usually he won't let me pick him up, but he did tonight because Paula's not here. And man, I'd carry him around for a little bit, and then he'd want down or get down, and he'd go to our bedroom door and scratch on it or try to get in, and then he'd go back upstairs, and so I'd walk over the stairs, and then he'd come back down, get on my shoulders again or whatever. Well, I just went in, and he was upstairs in his dresser drawer, just hanging out, and so yeah, he's probably gonna come down because he likes to play with us when we go to bed, and so and then he probably thinks Paula might be in the bedroom or something. I don't know, but yeah, Mike, yeah, he's a little different, you know. Um, I've talked to him a couple times on the phone, but yeah, he's got barking dogs. I don't know how. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how people do that. My dogs don't bark. I mean, if there's something major going on, they'll bark. But I mean, even like we have people that are moving into the trailer here, our rental trailer, and they pulled in today. And dogs went over and said hi to them, but they didn't bark. You know, I mean, it's got to be something pretty major for our dogs to bark, um, or a reflection in the window of themselves sometimes, which is funny. But if they're in the house and something's going on outside, especially if they smell a skunk, even inside the house, if a skunk sprays outside, they can smell it and they will go crazy over something like that. But yeah, most of the time they don't bark, and I don't know how Rock does it. I couldn't put up with it. I could never own hound dogs. It'd drive me nuts. But on that side of things, you kind of look at, Kentucky and North Carolina, South Carolina, and Northern Tennessee. I mean, a lot of those people have hound dogs, and that's what they're used to. Yeah, drives me bonkers too. Especially when, like around here, they're just a dog, and I've I've been on jobs, I've lived next to people, and they have barking dogs that just bark all the time. Whether the people are home or they're not, it doesn't matter. Their dogs are just barking, and that's what, like, especially if somebody's home and your dog's barking, either let them in the house or make them not bark. I mean, it's not that hard to do. I've trained several dogs, and they don't bark, which I guess people. I mean, in a lot of ways, dogs are like kids, and if you have a well-behaved dog, you probably have well-behaved kids, and so if you have dogs that are very well behaved, it's probably pretty good indication that your kids aren't either. I don't know. Maybe that's being a little harsh, but I always thought that younger people that are thinking about having kids should learn how to train a dog to be respectful and mind, and but that's the thing. It's not. they're not going to learn how to raise a kid by having a dog, because if they're not going to discipline a dog, they're not going to discipline a kid, I guess. That's cool, Mike. I've never been into hounds. There's some guys around here that do a lot of coon hunting and mountain lion hunting. So they've got some dogs that they use, but mountain lion's a big thing out here. Um, most of them, most of them will just tree them and let them go. Um, the the game and fish out here has kind of got things messed up with mountain lions, and so a lot of the guys that have dogs won't hunt them, just kind of in protest of the way the game and fish is handling things. But I'll bet it's fun. I'll bet it's a lot of fun. I don't know. After owning one, I don't know if I could hunt one. I mean, we were, I guess we were in Laramie last weekend and driving somewhere, and there was a dead raccoon alongside the road, and it just kind of tugged at my heartstrings because it's like a raccoon, and we have a raccoon, and he's a sweet little guy, you know. Well, I don't know if I'd say he's a sweet little guy, but I love him. He's a cool animal. He's not very sweet a lot of the time, but he's a lot of fun. There's definitely personality. Yeah, I'm sure hunting down there would be hard with all the private property. Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing it. I'm like, well, that was Rocket's. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's not any relation, but I guess if you go back far enough, maybe it is. But you know, kind of like seeing a dog or a cat or something that got hit on the highway too. You just feel for them. Wow, it's 10 o'clock where you guys are at, huh? Hey, Brennan, how you doing, Goobs? Yeah, they mentioned a spirit guy right now. Let's throw a couple more sticks on here. Maybe I'll keep the live going for a few more minutes or a little while longer, whatever. How you doing, Brennan? Feels good, that's for sure. You're sore. Where are you sore from? Emily get a hold of you or what? You go out cutting wood and just work too hard, or I actually went up and split some wood today. We went up. Took my hired hand Tuesday. We went up and cut some firewood for a guy up in Hoback Ranches. Up there where Tom and Annie live, up where I did some logging years ago. And he wanted everything short blocked, so it's easier for him to split. He's older gentleman, and he actually goes up to his house. He'll come out. He's from Texas. He'll come out in like March or April, and you have to snowshoe in to his house. There'll be 4 feet of snow or more at his house in the winter. But he goes out there and spends a week or two just hanging out. So he wanted some wood split and cut. So we went up Tuesday and cut a bunch, and I hauled a few logs back, some of the bigger ends off the stuff that he had. And he mentioned that he wanted some of it split, so I went up today and spent about an hour and a half just splitting wood with an axe, one of my double bits that I like. And yeah, I can feel it a little bit. Oh, nice. Block and split it all? Like you had logs and just cut it all up and then split it, or what? Yeah, there's actually another guy out there today, which was kind of, I mean, I knew there was going to be somebody up there at some point because the guy that I was cutting the wood for, oh, he had a guy come up this summer and knock down a bunch of trees because it was all burned in 2019. And he wanted a fire break around his house, so he had a guy come in with an excavator and just knock a bunch of stuff down and put up, stacked a bunch of it in piles to burn. A lot of it's actually pretty good wood, but um, there was some stuff that he knocked down that was big fir trees, and the roots are rotten now, so it's fairly easy to push this stuff over. And the guy that I was cutting wood for hired a guy to come up and get some of the logs and build a couple picnic tables with them, kind of timber frame style picnic tables. So he was up there today, and he had a little mini excavator. And it's steep. I mean, this country is all hills and draws and hollers, if you want to call them that, whatever, and steep. And so I got out there. I had to drive around this truck and trailer to get up to the house. And I walked back down and talked to him for a little bit. And he's got a little Norwood mill. It's a push mill, but he can cut like 37 inches with it, which is pretty cool because I can only cut 27, and it'd be nice to be able to cut slabs bigger than that. But anyway, he was down off this hill with this excavator, and he had a few logs cut to length. He was getting ready to load, and there was one that the excavator tipped over this summer, and it was probably 40 inches on the butt. Like, that's the bell. But he had an 046 that he was cutting with a, looked like a 25-inch bar. There was no way he was cutting it without cutting from both sides. It was a big log. Probably where it was broke off, probably 25 foot. And the tip, I mean, out where it was broke off, it was still probably a 30-inch log. And he was thinking about getting that with that little mini excavator and packing it up and loading it on his trailer. And I was like, man, I cut a log like that 2 years ago, or 3. And I picked it up with my skid steer, and I had every chain that I owned up there anyway. I had probably 4 25-foot chains, all my boomers, and 2 guys on the back of my skid steer, and it was still tipping forward. It was still front heavy when I loaded on the trailer. That log was heavy, probably a 3,000-pound log, and I don't know if he got it out of there with that little excavator. Nice, Brennan. I need to put more videos up. It's almost to the point now where I almost just have to go live if I want to do anything, because I don't have time to edit and do all that stuff. I mean, I'm working tomorrow. I got projects to get done and stuff around here, which, I mean, I guess I could video it, but then you got to sit down and edit it and post it up, and it's almost easier just to go live and let people see what I'm doing. BGW Enterprises. It was probably an 8 to 10,000 pound mini X. I mean, it wasn't a big one. Probably had a, I don't know, 60-inch track width, maybe a little more. It was a small one. You know, open cab. I mean, it wasn't one of the Chinese, you know, those little 4-foot excavators or whatever, but it wasn't. I don't. It wasn't a 12,000 pound excavator. He had hauled it up there on a tandem axle flatbed trailer, like a. I mean, it wasn't a gooseneck or anything. It wasn't, you know, a big trailer. And then he was loading logs on that trailer that he hauled it up there. Actually, he didn't haul it all the way up there, because there's a couple hills. There's a couple hills that are pretty steep, and the one, actually, I went off of it Tuesday loaded. I was probably 25,000 gross between my truck and trailer, and it was muddy, and there's a corner at the bottom that I got around that corner, but then it turned to mud and started sliding. My trailer was pushing me pretty good, and it was hairy for a second. So he got to that point this morning going up, and he just unloaded the excavator and walked it up to the job, and then went back and got his truck and trailer and came up. $12,000 is the most you can legally move with a pickup. I'm not sure I understand that. I mean, I got a 1-ton truck and a tandem axle dually gooseneck. So let's see, I'm like 15,000 empty. So I can haul, I think I'm legal to 28. So yeah, I guess 13, yeah, 12, 13,000. With a 1-ton pickup and a tandem axle dually gooseneck. Oh, yeah, stay under 26,000. Yeah, if you don't have a CDL, for sure. Yeah, if I set up, I don't know, if I go up and cut Doug fir and load 16-footers on my trailer and get a load, and I only go 32 inches high, as all my bunks are, and then I put my skid steer on the back of the trailer. If I come out of there, I'm 30,000, 29 to 30,000 gross. But the screwed up thing is, I mean, you still can't be overweight. But if you're not for hire, if you're just a private individual, you don't have to have a CDL to even drive a semi. There's a lot of ranchers around here that have cattle trucks that are private. They belong to the ranch, and all they do is haul their own cattle. They just put private not for hire on the door. They don't even have to have a DOT registration. Which, I mean, I don't know. You know, you see guys going down the interstate with 40-foot motorhomes pulling a friggin' toy hauler that's 15,000 pounds, and those guys don't have CDLs, so I guess in a way it makes sense, but I know a lot of times, like back in the day here, we have oil field, a lot of oil field stuff, and roustabout, which is basically companies that work on oil field stuff. And it was nothing for them to have a gooseneck trailer, tandem axle dually gooseneck trailer with a dually 1-ton truck, and they'd haul backhoes, like a full, 310G or whatever. No problem. But the problem is they were over 26,000 GVWR, so even empty. But Highway Patrol started cracking down on that here and started writing tickets because those guys, I mean, none of them had CDLs. So BGW, where are you out of? Oregon. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Oregon's a little different probably than here. I mean, a farm registration is probably the same type of deal. Yeah, for sure. North Coast Range. So are you on the west side of the slope or the east side? I got a friend that lives, what was that big deal? Um, the Malheur Wildlife Refuge. I got a buddy that used to manage that. Well, he's a friend of my dad's actually, but I grew up with his kids. I mean, they were really good friends of ours. That's in what, Bend, Oregon? Veronia. Not sure where that is. Not real familiar with Oregon. Actually, I've never been to. Oh yeah, I've been to like Parma and Nissa, and so eastern side of Oregon. And actually, I guess I've been up through Oregon and up uh, through Walla Walla and up into Washington, up to Spokane that way one time from Idaho, but I haven't been very far into Oregon. It'd actually be interesting to figure out all the states that I've been to. Nothing in the Northeast, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. North and South Carolina. Never been to any of those, but I've been pretty much everywhere else. Been through Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Missouri, Mississippi, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, and then everything west of there, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Never been to Alaska or Hawaii. I wanna do both of those at some point. Don't really have any desire to go to New York. Well, actually, if I get the opportunity and would be able to do it, I would like to go see Harvey, the Iron Horse. And he lives in northwestern New York. Well, that old rooster's still crowing. Oh, wow. That's cool. So what brought you to my channel? Just surfing YouTube and saw I was live, or? Well, anyway, welcome to the channel. I haven't posted videos, like edited videos, in quite a while. I need to get back with it, but if you go back, I got a lot of good videos. Mostly, I don't know, a little bit of everything. That's J.O.A.T is jack of all trades. I do anything from logging, construction, sawmill work, um, yeah, pretty much everything. Working on vehicles, mechanicing, a little bit of everything. Welcome to the channel. Oh, oh, right on. Well, I appreciate you subscribing, bud. Sorry I haven't had a whole lot of content up, but yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome. So did you meet Brennan too, or just Daniel and a couple other guys, or? At a logging show? That's awesome. Daniel's a pretty neat guy. Uh, are you considering going to Tazapalooza at all, or not? Not really in your wheelhouse, or what? So what do you do on your channel? BGW Enterprises. Um, what's the BGW stand for? Volunteer sound job. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Not sure what weekend it's on this year. I'll have to look and see. Definitely going again this year. I missed it last year. We had just a chain of circumstances that we couldn't make it. Um, we'll be definitely going again next year. So you do like audio, video, sound type stuff? Oh, cool. Oh, sorry. I was up late last night. I kind of slept in this morning. I didn't get up till 8, right? But I didn't mean to be yawning and making everybody else yawn. Well, BGW, is good to see you and everybody else. I don't know if Mike and Paul, everybody's still here or not. Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out. I haven't been on YouTube much. Um, but yeah, I'll have to. I just subscribed to you. So yeah, I'll check your channel out. Um, it's been a while since I've spent much time watching YouTube, but I'll try and get over and check it out. I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'm gonna go in and get something to eat. Um, go spend a little time with the raccoon. I think he's kind of lonely. Mom's not home. Um, he's been cooped up all day. I mean, not cooped up. I mean, he has a whole bedroom, so it's not like he's cooped up. But I'm gonna go. Holy cow! I'm gonna go play with him for a little bit and go turn the TV on, I guess, maybe, or YouTube or something. Maybe I'll go watch some of your videos, BGW. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. Kind of trying times, but it's nice to be able to just jump on here and have a chat with people and know most of you and stuff. And good to have people to talk with. I appreciate it. Yeah, me too, Paul. It's been nice. Kind of a rough evening this evening. I went and got some, I guess you'd call it snacks from a little local food truck thing here, and they know us pretty well. I haven't seen them since the funeral and since everything happened. And the the lady, she actually lost her daughter in a murder suicide thing, and so we got to talking, and yeah, just had a good conversation, but it was kind of emotional. So I don't know. I got home, wanted to do a spirit fire and just send some good vibes out there to the beyond, I guess you'd say, and sit down and have a chat with everybody that wanted to come and hang out. And so I really appreciate it. But I think I'm gonna jump off here and grab some dinner and go spend a little time with Raccoon and probably just relax for a little bit and probably jump in the hot tub here in a little bit. Go to bed. So appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out. I love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one. 307 out.